Hi everyone, this is Sushmita speaking to you all. In this video, we are going to talk about a poem called Poison Tree, which is written by W. Blake, William Blake. And if you want more number of information about this poem, do check out my blog, which I have given a link in the description box. And this particular poem was being published in the year 1794 in a collection called Song of Experience. Collection means it is not that one particular poem will be published, rather you'll have an n number of poems like 5, 10, 15. It's called as a collection. Okay, so this particular poem was being published in a collection called Song of Experience. And to talk about this particular title, the background of this particular title, the two books were published together under a one title named Song of Innocence and Experience, which shows two contrary states of a human soul. So this particular poem, if you just study all the collection of this particular author, you'll find this particular aspect called Song of Innocence and Experience. And the main information about this poem is very short and a simple poem where it depicts the anger of a person. And to talk about the gist of this particular poem, if we have an anger with ourselves, what are the consequences that we will be facing? That is the essence of the poem. Okay, when we have the anger and we let it know to our friend, and the anger ends then and there, right? So that is the essence of the poem. And let's move on into the poem. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath did end. When I was angry with my friend, I just told my anger. I just said my anger. I just shared my anger, and that anger ended there itself. I was angry with my foe. I told it not. My wrath did grow. That is, when I have my anger with my enemy, I didn't even share my anger, and so it started to grow day by day. Here, wrath represents the anger, and foe means the enemy. So, this is the first paragraph. When I had my anger, I shared it to my friend, and that anger ended there itself. But when I had the anger with my enemy, I didn't even share, and it started to grow. Second paragraph, and I watered it in fears night and morning with my tears. And how he is watering it in tears, we used to water the plant with the water, right? Rather, this author is depicting that he or she is watering the anger, the tree with the tears. And I sunned it with smiles, with soft, deceitful wiles. That is, whenever I see my enemy, I am just reacting that as though nothing has happened, nothing is wrong with us. And I'm just having two-faced fiction of soft, deceitful wiles. And whenever I see my friend, whenever I see my enemy, I'm just reacting nothing has happened between us, but I have my anger within my own self, which has been growing day and night. Okay, and it grew both day and night till it bore an apple bright. So it grew both day and night, my anger, and it grew. What it grew? Anger grew both day and night till it gave me an apple. So tree started growing, that is the anger started growing until it gave a apple. And my foe beheld it shine, and he knew it was mine. An enemy knows that the bright apple is his friend, and he is waiting to steal the apple and eat the apple. So that is the depiction over here. Last paragraph. And into my garden stole when the night had veiled the pole, and the enemy has been waiting to eat the shiny apple, and he's waiting for the night to veil the pole, that is to cover the, like midnight will have no so much of dark. The enemy is waiting and going into the garden to steal the shiny apple and to have the apple. In the morning glad I see my foe outstretched beneath the tree. Here he is getting, that is the friend is getting in the early in the morning and seeing the garden where the enemy is lying dead. So what it represents, when you have some anger with someone, you have to tell the anger rather to keep it. It is not safe to keep it, right? So that is the depiction of the poem. And here apple, now they are giving a biblical expression also. To talk about the literary devices where the author uses, he uses extended metaphor. that is the growing of anger. It is being depicted. That is, metaphor is object or action by comparing it to something else. The depiction, it is being shown. Extended means like it is not one line, rather it is of paragraph of entire poem. So he uses extended metaphor as such. And then you have symbolism. Symbolism is anything that stands for something other than its literal meaning is called a symbolism. Here there is a two kind of symbolism which the author has used. One is apple and another one is garden. And you have alliteration, that is repetition of initial consonant sound. Consonant a e I o u is vowel, right? Apart from vowel, all the other things, all the other letters are consonant. So repetition of initial, that is starting. I told my wrath did end. My m is alliteration. M is alliteration. W is again an alliteration. So author has used alliteration also. Juxtaposition means putting two separate ideas or things near each other to highlight the difference. For example, sweet and sour. Sweet is a sweet, sour is a bitterness, right? So it two controversial things put together is called as juxtaposition. Imagery. Imagery is the five senses of human. That is called as imagery. Here in the poem, the author has used fears, tears, all the human emotions, senses he uses in the poem, and that is what called as imagery. Then you have personification, where human attribute, that is like fears and all the emotions of a human being are being depicted to a non-human thing. That is called as personification. And to talk about this particular apple, which is an important concept in this poem, it refers to a biblical story of an Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. So that kind of depiction is being embedded in this poem, A Poison Tree. And if you have any doubt or if you have anything to say, to share, do comment below. And also, I have given my Instagram ID where you can message. And please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to our Sikalwai Come Let's Learn with S. Sushmita.